It's episode 1280, and it's the Relevant Podcast here in Orlando. I'm your host, Cameron Strang, and joining me from Loverland, Virginia, it's Jesse Carey.
Hello, hello.
You look like Two-Face from Seinfeld, where you have like harsh, bright, and then shadows. Remember that lady?
That's what everyone wants to hear.
No, there was that lady in Seinfeld where like she looked amazing in certain lighting, and then like scary in other lighting. That's Jesse right now. All right, from Nashville, artist, producer, mogul, Derek Miner.
What up, though?
He looks fantastic. He doesn't have to worry about lighting.
Always. Black don't crack, baby.
And just down the street there in Nashville, our managing editor, downtown Emily Brown.
Hey, y'all.
It's the holidays. It's Christmas season, and Christmas season is good time for movies. Not just Christmas movies, but just new movies coming out. And today's show, we have one of the best filmmakers going right now. Rian Johnson is joining us today. It's a big deal. He has a new Knives Out movie that just came out on Netflix this week.
I watched it this weekend, actually.
So did I.
And
I did too.
It's rare for me that I make it through a movie in one evening. Just,
What?
I don't know. Yeah. I mean,
You slice them up?
yeah, it's either dozing off or just finding 2 hours.
That sounds like an awful way to watch movies. I'm gonna be honest
That's
with you.
terrible. I've never heard of this.
Well, it's not by choice. It's just, life's busy. But either way, Saturday night, both my kids were at sleepovers and things. And so fired it up. And guys, I told my wife after the movie, I was like, real talk, it was one of the most interesting presentations of the gospel I've seen in a mainstream movie.
Yeah.
Not just a mainstream movie, like any movie in a long time. I don't want to give away the mystery because, as people know with the Knives Out franchise, it's sort of, it's a whodunit. But really, this one, especially compared to the first two, I feel like the first two, the text was so much more prevalent than the subtext, and the text was this whodunit, where this one I felt like the subtext was more of the story, and that was
Faith and doubt.
Well, beyond just faith and doubt, the corrupting power, the corruption of
Money
the notion of power and wealth when it's infused into ministry, right?
No, I agree.
Also, that's really the theme we on. Knives Out?
Yeah.
Okay,
And what was beautiful, and I appreciate this about this, and Emily, tell us about your conversation with Rian that we'll hear later. You can foreshadow some stuff, but I was impressed that regardless of where Rian is in his faith journey, he wrote the priest character, the young priest character, the good-hearted characters, presented the gospel in such a clear and compelling way, like his belief and faith. It wasn't with an asterisk of, or this guy's really kind of dirty or whatever. No, it's like, this was a sincere expression of Christian faith. And I thought it was held up in a very positive light. Obviously, there's the contrast of belief and non-belief with other characters. And like Jesse was saying, the corruption of money and ministry and different things. But like, the one character, the main character who hosted SNL, I forget his name.
Josh O'Connor.
There you go. I thought it was you said, Jesse, a stunning portrayal of faith on a mainstream movie.
Well,
I'm watching this tonight.
The central tension, and I'm not giving anything away, this transpires pretty early in the film. There's a scene where the two characters, Josh Brolin and Josh O'Connor, is that his name? The other actor, have a confrontation, and the tension is laid out where Josh Brolin's character, who's kind of this old school priest, but is really sort of a surrogate for a certain way of thinking about faith, who says, our job is to protect this house. The world is encroaching. We have to fight back. We are protecting sacred ground. And Josh, O'Connor's character says, our job's not to fight back. Our job's to serve. Like, we shouldn't be afraid of the world. We should be serving those that are seeking to fight us. Like, our response to the culture war isn't to fight back. Our response is to love and return. And it sets up this conflict and this tension that plays out in the framework of a whodunit, but it's really not about that. It's really about that idea. What is the point of faith? To protect the things we hold sacred, even if that's what we hold sacred is power and influence, or is it to kind of lay down your own pride and serve people who misuse you. And it really set up like I said, what I felt like was a really interesting tension point.
And two, it felt very timely. Obviously, it's not a nuanced take to say a lot of the church has adopted a combative us versus them narrative, and that we will win, we will beat the world, that kind of thing. And like you said, Jesse, like it was beautifully portrayed in those two characters, and ultimately the more gospel centric perspective kind of wins out and is like shown in a very positive light, that maybe there are actors inside the church that have taken things the wrong direction, but that doesn't mean that faith or Christ or the Bible is telling us to do that. That's just broken people, kind of changing the narrative. Yeah. But
I've said this before, but we are in a really cool time if you're a person of faith, in the sense that your conversations about faith people are not running away from those conversations.
Right.
They're running to them. Culture is running to them. And I think because of some of the scandals we've seen and some of the crazy stuff we've seen just in life, that people are really looking for the truth. And I love that. And I'm also believe that it's because when you're scrolling on the internet, like 95% of what you look at is not true. And I think people are looking for something that can anchor them. And our faith is a blessing in times like this. So, man, it's an encouragement that something this popular is having a message, a conversation like that.
I couldn't believe it.
Yeah. And it's not a Christian thing. Yeah.
But it's also empathetic to the side where there's a character who says, like, if I don't fight for this, and the ends kind of justify the means of what I'm doing, what was my life for? If I devoted my life to service, to a ministry, to protecting the gospel, it only makes sense for me to do everything I can to protect it, or else what was it all for? And it's like, it was a very empathetic look at the other side. It wasn't
it didn't vilify
good guys and bad guys. It was, this is two ways of seeing this message. And and
then you throw the third character, the main guy, the detective. I forget his name. I'm terrible with names.
Benoit Blanc.
You throw him in the mix, and he's a complete agnostic or non-believer. And so, again, even his observation of these men of faith and the flaws and it was also empathetic as well. Like it just, it was stunning. It was stunning.
Oh, man.
I actually did ask Ryan about that, because I told him, I was like, I have seen plenty of movies where they are not empathetic to the Christians, and they just treat them as a joke, or kind of belittle the faith,
or corrupt, or they're manipulators, and
and obviously there is a little bit of that in the but it's not like you said. Josh O'Connor's character is like he genuinely has this faith. He wants to believe. He wants to carry out the gospel in the best way he possibly can.
It's like he had a past, and it's like his faith changed his life, and he truly believes what the Bible says, because he experienced that grace and that forgiveness in his own life, right? So, anyway.
Well, just like I asked him, like was just kind of like his choice to do that, because he is not a believer anymore. He was, but he isn't now. And I was like, you would have been within your right to not treat. Like, you don't have to be empathetic. You don't have to give Christians the benefit of the doubt. But he said that when he started writing this film, it was because he was really wrestling with kind of what you were saying, Derek, the tension between us versus them mentality that's everywhere. And he was like, I just kept thinking about Christ's teachings of love your enemy. And like, what does that look like? That was really kind of where he started with this film. And I'll get more into it, like, because I have some clips I want to play to so you can see what he said. But it just... I love the film. Like, this was probably one of my favorite films of the year. I do think this is my favorite Knives Out movie. And so
really interesting.
Yeah.
I don't think it was as fun as the other ones, but it's certainly more thoughtful.
To me, I thought the first one was kind of a perfect, version of this genre.
The reason I love this film more than the first one is because, well, like, the first one I think was so surprising how great and crafted it was. And then the second one, I think we can all agree, is definitely the weaker of the three. So I think I was pleasantly surprised again with this third one, with how nuanced it was, and how, I don't want to like spoil it. I I had an inkling of maybe who the murderer was, but I did not know until really the final explanation of why all these events played out the way they did.
And this is the most self-aware version, I feel like, too. It's self-referential. He talks about specific Agatha Christie novels. He talks about like this idea of a closed door, or I can't remember the exact words he used, but like the framework for this particular type of murder. Like, it's very self-referential and self-aware. But I also feel like it was all secondary to the exploration of themes of the gospel. The other theme is like the idea of inheritance. What do we inherit, positively or negatively, from people who come before us in faith? Your inheritance is in Christ, but also a physical inheritance, like this whole idea of what is, or bitterness or compassion or whatever it is, this idea of inheriting other people's, spiritual and physical baggage, for better or for worse. I thought it was a really interesting idea. Even the idea of like your inheritance is in Christ, and this is very central to it. They also, one of the sort of side plots, which I feel like, as someone who grew up in Cameron, I know you're the same way, kind of the charismatic movement, the position the film took on healing, where healing isn't necessarily a physical correction of some ailment, but healing is sometimes this idea of a sustaining grace to be able to live with an ailment, and that the healing happens on a spiritual level, not always a physical. There's just a lot of ideas that were explored in a very like graceful way, I felt
which is shocking, considering that he came from a place of faith and is no longer in a place of faith, that you would think he would have some bones to pick, or he would, kind of like not show things with empathy and in a positive light. And he does. And and he's the writer. I mean, it's not like a team. He wrote and directed it. So it's like, it's fascinating to me, and kind of says to me, he's not done with faith yet. He's still kicking the tires.
That's what I was going to say. I had 2 points is one, when we talked about the righteous gemstones, Danny McBride said the only way that show works is that the people have to believe it. They can't be charlatans. And I think it sounds like with this show that there's not charlatans, there's actually real wrestles. Right. Inside of a mystery. But then when I hear a person say, I'm not a person of faith anymore, there's 2 ways you can interpret that. And I'm not trying to put anything on Ryan. I don't know anything about him, but I think there's 2 ways we can interpret that. One, they're just done with God altogether. They're completely agnostic, or they don't believe in any God, or atheists. I don't believe in any spirituality at all. Or I just believe in a different sect of that. Or I'm sick of the politics in modern Christianity, and I'm just trying to find God, the true version of God. And I think that when we hear a lot of people that are deconstructing, or people that I'm not a Christian anymore, it's because the guardrails that we put on Christianity have a lot of times very little to do with knowing God, having faith in Christ, and have everything to do with showing up to a building and participating in a certain way. And if you don't participate in that way, then we discard you as not a part of the fold. So I think that there's a conversation. And I think that's why the conversations we're having about spirituality and faith is not because people have fallen away from Christ per se, but they're like, I don't know what to do with this political, scandalous body that says I have to worship God or find God in this manner and way. I think that's a conversation that's being had in culture.
Well, and that's why I felt like the movie was successful, because it was strictly, well, not strictly, but it felt like it was mainly focused on what are the core teachings of Christ, not what are all the social and political implications of them. Even the idea of like, there's a moment, and again, I feel like I can say this without giving too much away, but like, there's a moment where you realize that the concept of forgiveness is not just an exercise we should forgive because that's what Jesus taught us to do. The act of forgiveness literally allows a character to let go of something they're holding. It symbolically, but it also is a moment of spiritual transformation for that character, where they realize the act of forgiveness is actually for the person forgiving as much as it is for the person being forgiven. And when you're able to forgive, you can let go of something that you've been carrying your whole life. And it was like, oh, this movie really is concerned with the teachings of Christ beyond just all the implications of like the Christianity, which I thought was an interesting way to approach it. And Emily, it sounds like that's what came out in your conversation with Rian Johnson.
Yeah, it was very interesting. He did say he is not converted back to Christianity, but he said that it's, there's definitely some questions he still has. So
you're over the girl that broke your heart, but you're still looking at her Instagram stories. You know what I'm saying? You haven't totally closed that door. You're still keeping tabs on her.
He did say, what was interesting was we kind of talked about like what he wants. Like, is there something he wants people to take away from the film? Because I was trying to figure out, like, are you trying to present the gospel? But he said he does want people to talk about their experience with faith. Like, he's like, I think people want to talk about that. And I think this is a vehicle to allow others to open up about their thoughts, their experiences, their beliefs. And so I don't know. I love that even someone who is not a believer anymore is like still wanting people to have conversations about it. It's interesting to me.
Still,
there's Christianity. There's Christianity and there's churchianity.
There you go.
Yeah. Where, and this is what happens when those two things find themselves in direct conflict, right. in the form of two people, and then in the form of a plot that, puts a timeline on which one of these ideas will come out in a more superior fashion because the suddenly stakes are established. And
the one thing that threw me was that music montage scene where he was trying on a bunch of different outfits. That was really strange. I'm sorry, I was just thinking of a movie trope. Like,
wake me up before you go, girl.
Before you go. Yeah, it's like it was weird that all the hats and stuff. It's like
it was weird that lasted over 7 minutes and the song looped twice.
I know. It's like this isn't moving the plot forward. What's going on here? Anyway, that's coming up later. Rian Johnson joins us. We basically kind of previewed the entire conversation Emily has, but
we'll dig in deeper. Don't worry.
Oh. Got some other stuff. Cool. Coming up later, we have a Christmas movie bracket. Now, we did this in 2023 where we did a March Madness bracket to pick the best Christmas movie of all time. But we've mixed it up and we've added some new ones. So we're just going to see if that changes the outcome at all. Butterfly
It's
effect.
not. It's not, but we'll. It's not.
We'll do the exercise.
It's going to be Elf, but we'll do the exercise.
So that was not what won in 2023.
What won in 2023?
Home Alone.
Nope. Christmas Vacation.
Christmas Vacation won in 2023. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, it'll be Elf this year.
Oh, it'll be Elf this year.
Well, let's see about that.
We'll see.
It'll be. It's either Elf or Home Alone. There's no other one.
There's no other.
Apparently, there's Christmas Vacation.
Andy Mineo, it's a Christmas story. That's his favorite movie of all time. He said.
Yeah. That is a great one. You know what? And I don't know if you guys got to see this, but Andy Mineo during the pandemic did a Christmas special. Watch it. It was or he did a play I think it was a Christmas special. And it was amazing. Like I'm going to find it and see if it's still online, but it was crazy.
Oh, that's funny. There you go. Interesting. Andy was on last week's show. We don't have anybody sitting in with us this time. We couldn't get Ryan to do hang out with us and play a game. Rian Johnson was a little too busy. So Emily pre-taped that interview. But I like it with this, like Andy and then Chris Llewellyn from Ren Collective the week before. Yeah. I'm looking at our recent episodes. And did y'all see, though, the one that we did before that, Jesse, where it was just the three of us and we didn't have a guest, has 500,000 views?
Sometimes I believe in the power of winging it.
That's what we did. It has 500,000 views, and the other ones have not as much. It's just crazy.
Some of the best work some of the work I've done in my professional life has been stuff that I'm like, all right, I don't really have a plan. Let's see what happens. Sometimes that ends up the best, Sometimes you're just playing jazz out there,
Which is exciting, but also a little defeating because it's like, okay, now I spent 8 hours on this one project, did not do that well, but this one that I put 8 minutes into, it
lets the world know that we are the prize. They don't come to Relevant to talk to Rian Johnson, who has Knives Out. They want to hear from Emily and Derek and Jesse. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
Like, look, we the prize.
That's a beautiful way to spin it.
Thank you for naming everybody on the podcast except for me.
The guy who started it.
I think that was intentional.
The guy who started it. Yes, it was definitely intentional.
All right. Stay tuned. After this quick break, it'll be Relevant Buzz.
Today's podcast is brought to you in part by Mercy Ships. Globally, 5 billion people lack access to surgical care. In sub-Saharan Africa, there's only one surgeon for every 200,000 people. Mercy Ships provides free, life-transforming surgeries for people who have little to no access to medical care. They help the blind see, straighten twisted limbs, remove deadly tumors, treat cleft conditions, and so much more. With state-of-the-art hospital ships, they provide safe surgery to children and adults living with treatable conditions, and it's completely free of charge. They do all this work with an all-volunteer crew of professionals who donate their time and talents. Surgeons, stewards, nurses, engineers, and more make the world a better place. Your donation today provides free, safe surgeries to people in desperate need of help. All gifts are matched, so please donate today at mercyships.org/relevant.
Today's podcast is brought to you in part by Tim Tebow's book, Look Again. Have you ever wondered what would change if you truly believed you were infinitely valuable to God? In his New York Times bestselling book, Look Again, Tim Tebow reveals the powerful truth that when we learn to see the image of God in every person, including those we struggle to love, everything changes. Tebow shares incredible stories from his work with people the world often overlooks, and it will challenge you to stand up to the lies, rediscover the worth that everyone has, and impact the world for good. Find Look Again by Tim Tebow, available now wherever books are sold. All right, it's time for
Relevant Buzz.
Tell us what's happening at the intersection of faith and culture this week, Emily.
Okay, so, we're coming to the end of 2025, which means there's all these year-end lists. I know, breaking news. We might make it to the end of 2025.
Okay, and our next item. Yeah.
Moving on.
That's a lot.
All we have today is very slow news day. All I got is the date.
And that was Relevant Buzz.
Hey, speaking of the date that this show comes out tomorrow, we're taping this the day before, is Derek's birthday. So happy birthday, Derek.
Woo.
Happy birthday, man.
Happy 21st.
Big plans.
And it's also Zane's birthday, so happy birthday, Ziggy, man.
Wow.
Yeah,
I know in your household, it's all about Zane's birthday. So I was saying, you need your moment because nobody acknowledges your birthday.
Thank you, bro. Because literally it was exactly that way. Everybody's like, Zane, what are you going to do for your birthday? Zane, what are you going to do for your birthday? And then Nolan goes, Dad, it's your birthday too, right? I was like, yeah, it is. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Glad someone remembered it.
Someone remembered it.
No, I do have some news, so we can.
Other than that, it's Derek's birthday.
Other than Derek's birthday. It's less important, but still have to get to it. Yeah. No, all these year-end lists are coming out, best movie, best music, all this stuff. But there's one list that came out that you guys might not know about. You know how if you get a song's melody stuck in your head, but you don't know the name, you can go to Google and hum the song and it'll tell you what that song is. It's called Hum to Search.
I just do Shazam, but
I didn't know that functionality existed.
Yeah, I didn't either.
Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah, I think a lot of people Shazam or Siri or whatever, but Google has this function. There's a little microphone. You can hum a song to figure out the name of it. And so they released a year-end list of the top 10 songs that were hummed to search. And in between Big X the Plugs All the Way and Benson Boone's Mystical Magic was Forrest Frank's Your Way's Better at number 8.
Okay.
Wow, cool. Good for him.
Forrest Frank is crushing it.
Yeah.
He's appearing on lists we didn't even know existed. That's kind of how...
The hum the search list.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Well, it's only 3 songs. Is that what people are humming? Your Way's Better, right?
Was that you humming it?
I mean, that's the hook.
Yeah.
Emily is a hater, boy.
Wait, what?
She's like, are you humming that song?
No, that's what I'm saying.
It's
not like a hooky melody that would get stuck in your head, in the ear.
I think it's the part that's there's more to it.
What? How's it go?
I never said I could hum. First off, I just wanted to hate on you humming. And no,
By
I
the way,
actually will not be repeating my humming now.
Did you guys watch the SNL this weekend? I felt like the Uber Eats year-end recap was very funny.
That was great. It's like, no, we didn't ask for this. We don't want to know.
Yeah.
I'm in the top 1% of chicken nuggets.
No,
You're saying I eat more?
There was I had a Credit Karma year-end wrap up, and I was like, all right, this is too much.
Wait, was it like the things you spent on or what?
I don't know. I didn't even click in it because I was like, I don't even want to see this. I know I did good, but why is there a credit? Why are we doing this?
Because they have all the data on us. And so
side note, the person that started these wrap-ups was a intern for Spotify, and that's not it.
No, there was like a post going around where someone was like,
true?
Yeah, she was like, I was an intern in 2019. I made up all this stuff, but Spotify Rap's been coming out since like 2016.
So we found out that that's a lie.
So I do think the intern helped with some of like adding some of the extra fun features that was already going for Spotify Rap, but people were taking it as an intern came up with the whole concept of Spotify Wrapped.
So she made it fun, is what you're saying.
She added like some fun
but
thing.
she made it fun.
Yeah,
it's like that flaming hot.
She made it like interactive.
She did she flaming hot Cheeto us.
Yeah, exactly.
She flaming hot Cheeto us.
It's just a better story to believe that the janitor made flaming hot Cheetos and became the CEO of Frito-Lay off this one eye. It's just a better movie. So let's just
wait. I need to know. One of my friends was telling me she went to like a leadership conference one time, and she was telling me about it. And she goes, and also the guy that made flaming hot Cheetos was there, and he actually started out as a janitor. Like she told me the whole thing, and I let her finish, and I go, so that man lied to you. And I explained that was not actually not what happened.
But by the way, I think he's got two ascent stories. One is he went from janitor to the guy who made Flamin' Hot Cheetos to over Frito-Lay. That's ascent story one, which evidently is untrue. The second is he ended up making up that story. Everyone believed it. He got a movie and speaking gigs out of it. I think that one's actually more impressive.
That's the better ascent story.
That's the Leonardo DiCaprio con man.
That's the American Dream.
Guy. Yeah.
Wolf of Wall Street.
Catch Me If You Can. Catch Me If You Can.
No, not Wolf of Wall Street. The guy Catch Me If You Can. Yeah, that movie, which is based on a true story.
Yeah.
Anyway, so
I need a finesse like that. That's what I was just talking about, how I need to find some more money somewhere, like a different job or something like that. I'm like, I need to find something I can lie about that everybody's going to believe.
Yeah. Whose success story could you co-opt to make about you?
I need to do it. Like but it has to be something I've been close to. It can't be the Reach Records thing. I've already, you know what I'm saying? Everybody knows that thoroughly. Maybe I'll just lie about starting Relevant or something.
I like it. Let's do that.
I mean, I'll do that one.
Relevant Media Group is RMG.
What he
Your company's RMG. You can just say you started all the RMGs.
I wrote and directed the films Knives Out, Wake Up Dead Man. I'd love to talk about some of the themes.
Sorry, we just derailed him.
No, it's good. I can get us back on track. Moving on to the next next buzz item. Last week, comedian Leanne Morgan appeared on Theo Vaughn's podcast for honestly one of the most Southern conversations I think I've ever heard on a podcast. But during this conversation, what was really fun is Theo mentioned that he's been attending Bible study every week. But the bigger news is he revealed who he's going with. And I want to play the clip so you guys can see what he had to say.
I'll make you a casserole.
Yeah, you promised Morgan one. Look, you make me one, I'll give it to Morgan. I'm going to see him tomorrow at Bible study, actually, so.
You will see him at Bibles. I think he's going to end up preaching. That little thing.
I have no idea. I just know.
Talking about Morgan Wallen.
Yeah, I know.
He's just, he's an Morgan he is him, He is him.
Authentic.
He is.
But you're authentic too, my darling. For sure. And y'all are in a Bible study. Is it a Beth Moore? What are y'all studying?
I mean, it's, tomorrow I think we're watching a movie, but it is Bible study. Yeah.
That's so sweet, Theo Vaughn.
I'm not sure what chapter we're on. I shouldn't even have said that because
I'm not in one right now. I used to be in one when I was raising my children, but I'm not in one. And I need to be disciplined to do it on my own.
Well, that's when you need the Lord the most, when you're raising those little hench women and men.
Guys, that's a whole different language. Now, that's not even That's not even English. Like I'm sitting here like what?
White. Because you grew up in Columbia, Tennessee, so
Sure.
black Southern accent and white Southern accent are like you really couldn't kind of follow along with.
No,
what
I
they're
got
talking
it. I got it.
Yeah.
I'm, you know,
But it took
I got
a
it. But
second
I'm just
acclimate.
it took me
Yeah.
a minute to be like,
Yeah.
wait a second. And then also I was terrified for a second. I was just like, bro, what is happening?
Didn't
So
it sound
there's-
like?
Morgan
Didn't it sound
Wallen
like?
is
Who is she?
talking
She is the cutest older lady.
So
Like,
Leanne
she's
Morgan
like,
is a comedian. She's from Tennessee, actually. She's from
is she?
Knoxville. Yeah.
I'm saying I heard that. Like I heard she's Tennessee Southern. Like I was like, that's
There,
Mimo.
she's got a special on Netflix right now that you should watch. It's faith, church, growing up in the South, like it's
Yeah.
Southern culture.
I actually saw
stuff.
her
It's
this
really
year.
good.
I saw her this year with my mom. I went to Dallas. We got tickets to see her in Dallas. I was by far the youngest person.
Yeah, her
there.
demographic is 60 to 85-year-old
Is
Southern women.
it like raunchy?
No.
grandma
No.
stuff?
She's very
Oh.
clean. Yeah,
Very
she's very
clean.
clean. Yeah.
My mom loves her. You know, like my
Okay.
mom.
like-
Oh,
it's
got
like
you.
Branson. Branson
Yeah,
adjacent.
but she talks about like just being a Southern woman, like what that's like, and but in like a very funny way. And I mean, honestly, 50% of it is that accent.
That's not
Yeah,
her
it
accent.
is her real
Is it,
accent.
does she talk like that for real?
Yeah. And like her comedy isn't telling jokes, it's telling stories. So Southern, homespun, spinning the yarn, like that's her entire thing. And it's fun. I mean, she's great at it. And you're laughing at her accent more than anything and her little colloquialisms and stuff she says.
She terrified me because she reminds me of one of my elementary teachers, Miss Pogue. She was very mean.
No, Leanne seems very nice. She's talking about making casseroles for everyone. Yeah.
Miss Pogue made casseroles too. I wasn't gonna eat them though.
Well,
So the actual buzz item is go check out Leanne Morgan if you haven't already. And 2, Theo Vaughn and Morgan Wallen are in a Bible study with each other each week.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
I just love that Leanne asked if it was a Beth Moore, and Theo didn't acknowledge that because I'm like, I don't think he's been going enough to understand.
Yeah,
like,
he
what
don't
Beth
know.
Moore about.
He ain't, yeah.
I
But
also like
just
that
proof that she's a church lady.
His
Is it a
compliment.
Beth Moore?
His compliment about Morgan Wallen was to pause and go, he is
Him.
He is him. He is Morgan.
And he said
It's
it
like
2 or
that
3
episode-
times because he couldn't think of anything else to say.
It's like that episode of Always Sunny.
And
where-
she's like, he's authentic, right?
Yeah.
That's what you're trying to say.
Yeah,
It seems like I don't know what to say.
He is him.
It's
But-
like that
so-
that episode of Always Sunny where the two of them go out, Dennis and Mac pleads with Dennis to say one nice thing about him, and he goes, "Fine, your hair looks small," and he's like, "Thank you, Dennis. Thank you." Was that? It was like that's the best I can come up with.
If
He
he
is
was in a
Morgan.
black church, he'd have said, "God's still working on him." That's what
Yeah.
that God's still working on him is like he's still a little,
He is him. Yeah.
He out there. That he is him. God's still working on him. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Moving on to my last item. What we kind of started off the podcast talking about is my conversation with Rian Johnson about Wake Up Dead Man. We talked about this a lot at the beginning, but it was really interesting going into this conversation. Because like I said, I love the Knives Out films. I've seen them before, but this one was him just really obviously digging into faith in a specific way or in a deeper way. And I didn't really know anything about Ryan's beliefs and his past, like where he's at now. Turns out he did grow up in church. He talked about being a youth group kid, but he kind of walked away when he was an early adult. But yeah, just over the last few years, he's been really reflecting and wrestling a lot with that. I actually want to play a clip from my interview so you can hear kind of how he describes where he's at right now.
It started with wanting to kind of get personal with it because, I grew up very, very Christian. I didn't grow up Catholic like in the movie. I grew up Protestant, evangelical, and I was a youth group kid, basically. Through my childhood, teenage years, into my early 20s, it wasn't just that I was in a churchy household. My relationship with Christ was really how I framed the world around me. And I'm not a believer anymore. And so it's something I have a lot of complicated feelings about. And the idea of delving into one of the most kind of deeply rooted personal things for me and seeing if I could do it in a way that was a true multifaceted conversation that had a generous spirit, but also felt like it was actually trying to get at some things, and do that in the context of a big fun Benoit Blanc mystery that seemed like a high degree of difficulty that was worth attempting. Yeah.
So he says all that, and so I start wondering, was there a specific question he had, or was it just kind of in general, like his thoughts on faith? And it turns out that he was searching for some very timely answers. Like we mentioned before, he was just really disturbed by how this like us versus them mentality is so prevalent in politics, in faith, in social media, like just all of this. And he kept going back to love your enemy and Christ's teaching, and how can he kind of take those teachings and implement them into where he is now with his faith. Here's the clip explaining that more.
The movie, for me, is ultimately very timely in terms of this moment. There's a timeless element to what I'm about to describe, but it felt very timely to me. I guess just because I had been feeling so much just apart from the church at all, just in my own life in the secular world, so much the feeling of fortifying the walls, and just personally like doom scrolling through my social media, thinking about the big them out there with a capital T that's on the opposite side of us. And that, the notion of getting of everything feeling these days like it's framed in the language of war, personally, and feeling that for myself, and searching for kind of an antidote to that. And really the thing that I felt myself gravitating towards were the things that I was raised in with the church, in terms of love your enemy and Christ's teachings, and that feeling like the ultimate antidote to that, and having this instinct to kind of reach back into that part of my life. Although, as anyone who was a believer at some point in their life tells you, it never goes away. It's always there in some form. It's not like there was like a lesson I was trying to learn or a piece of information I was trying to uncover. It was really trying to delve into this idea of arms wide open versus fists up, the idea of those two basic human instincts that were very present in the church when I was growing up, but also are just incredibly human things that are present in every facet of life today. And that I wanted to, I wanted to kind of wrestle with in this movie.
So yeah, I think it's fascinating that he chose to kind of explore that through a murder mystery film. Of all the ways that you can think through your faith and think through your thoughts, I personally have never tried to sit down and write a screenplay, but I don't know. I'm curious to see what he does next.
Didn't he also do some Star Wars? Maybe he could have explored it in Star Wars.
He did one Star Wars film, which I don't get.
He did the good one. I liked it.
So that's the thing. I liked it. Apparently, a lot of people did not like
the Star Wars nerds didn't like it.
Yeah,
I liked it.
Hold on, okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
Derek has entered the chat.
Relax.
It's true. Like, I don't get it. I thought it was good because I loved even how he made everything like vintage but real, and like he was very focused on the aesthetic, and it needed to feel like the original films but tangible and not fake, and like he was very big on practical effects and sets, and I loved what he did to kind of breathe some fresh life into the franchise. And then all the Star Wars nerds were like, "He's not one of us," and he just
it's how they did Luke. It's you can't. Luke Skywalker is. I mean, he is Star Wars.
He is him.
Yeah, he is actually him.
He is Morgan.
So like they people didn't like the arc of Luke Skywalker because he did The Last Jedi, right? I just want to look. Yeah, it was The Last Jedi. People did not like the fact that Luke was pretty much not him. He made somebody that was him, not him, and you don't make that guy not him.
All right,
Theo.
I think Ryan's gonna get the last laugh though. One, just because his career since that has been incredible. But also in this movie, he does make a joke about someone kind of misunderstanding Star Wars in a way, which I thought like it's a real quick joke. But I love that he's still poking fun at fans for being like, "You didn't like my movie, I don't like you." So
hey, I got. He's like, "Hey, I got paid. I don't have to do another one." So
yeah, exactly.
I did my love letter to the franchise, and I'm moving on. Yeah.
So yeah, that is just a little teaser of my conversation with Ryan. There is more on our website, which I recommend going to see. And then I also recommend going to watch Wake Up Dead Man, now on Netflix.
I would say you don't have to go anywhere to watch it. You just
Well, you have to go to I was going to say Netflix.com. Who does that? Open the app, Netflix.
You have to go to HTTP.
Forward slash backslash.
no backslashes. Are you a backslash person, Emily? There's no backslashes. It's slash.
It's just slash.
Slash.
Yeah. There
When
is
is
a
it?
backslash.
When is it backslash?
On a
When it's going
URL,
the opposite
never.
direction.
A backslash goes the other direction, and that's never happening in a URL.
Well, I mean, I barely type in URLs anyways, so it's
You just hum it. You go to Google and hum it.
Yeah, I hum the Netflix thing.
All right.
That was a good one. Okay.
That was good.
Pretty good.
Good one. I like that one. That was good.
All right. There's more where that came from. Go check out relevantmagazine.com every day where we are covering more stories like that. Thanks, Emily. All right. Stay tuned. Up next, we're going to have a quick edition of Slices. Today's podcast is brought to you in part by John Mark Comer's book, Garden City, a book that speaks to the tension we all feel between work, rest, and purpose. The New York Times bestselling author John Mark Comer takes us to the scriptures to identify what it really means to be human and flips the script on the idea that who you are matters, not what you do. He shows that God created us for meaningful work and meaningful rest. Both matter. This book helps you ask and answer the big questions. Does God care where I work? Is there a direction for my life? So you can discern God's heart for your calling, your rhythms, and the way his spirit wants to shape every part of your life. If you're longing for purpose and a more grounded way to live, check out the new hardcover edition of Garden City wherever books are sold.
Well, today's show is brought to you in part by the new book, God, the Science, the Evidence. We talk a lot about faith, but how often do we talk about science in the same breath? You might be surprised to discover just how deeply the two actually agree. For centuries, science has been used to dismiss the idea of God, but today an intellectual revolution is underway. Modern discoveries in physics, cosmology, and biology are consistently revealing the same truth: creation isn't an accident. That profound reversal is what engineers Michel-Yves Bolloré and Olivier Bonassi investigate in their international bestseller, God, the Science, the Evidence. This book is a rigorous, evidence-based critique of materialism, inviting you to explore over a dozen scientific, philosophical, and historical domains. It shows that what was once seemed impossible, that science could point to a creator, is now supported by a vast and convergent body of evidence. With over 400,000 copies sold in Europe, this book is sparking a global debate. It's thoughtful, fascinating, and a powerful reminder that reason itself affirms the existence of God. Learn more and find out where you can purchase your copy today by visiting godthesciencetheevidence.com.
Today's podcast is brought to you in part by Erwin McManus's book, The Barbarian Way. Some books don't just inspire you, they confront you. The Barbarian Way, now celebrating its 20th anniversary, is one of those books. If you felt the pull of God towards something deeper and wilder than the safe, predictable version of faith that we settle for, McManus reminds us that following Jesus was never meant to be tame. It's meant to awaken courage, passion, and purpose God placed inside us. He draws from the wild stories of Abel, Noah, Moses, Rahab, and others to remind us that following God wasn't meant to be tame. Safe faith isn't working. Step into the story God is writing for you. Choose passion, choose boldness, choose the Barbarian Way. Available now wherever books are sold. Okay, it's time for
Slices.
What do you have, Jesse?
All right. I'll keep this. There's a lot of nuance to this story when it comes to neurology and science and all the boring stuff. But here's the bottom line.
Okay.
According to new research, adolescence doesn't end until the age of 32. At that point, adulthood begins. This is looking at brain stuff, right? Maturity.
I thought it was 27. I thought they were just telling us 2 years ago that adolescence doesn't.
They recalculated.
Rounding error. Now it's 32.
Yeah.
All right.
It's 32.
I just think that the scientists are getting older and they're wanting to justify their immaturity. And so they just keep moving.
I think their methods are getting better and better. And I think we should adhere to them. And I've been thinking about the implications of this. Why do we let people start driving at 16? Why do we let them vote at 18? These are relatively arbitrary distinctions. Obviously not based on the latest brain science.
Right.
the reason we see adulthood starting at a certain age is because of social constructs that we have put into place that tell people they have to get a job at this point. They have to move out at this point. This is the expectation. Here's my solution.
Yeah.
Again, you guys know my thing about wanting to start the common sense party.
Yeah.
I would roll back all that stuff at least a decade. No drivers. High school will now last deep into your mid-20s. Okay?
Oh, my God.
I'm doing the science. All right?
That sucks.
You can't get a driver's license until you're 20, 26, 27.
That sucks.
College does not begin until 28. This is what the science says. It says adolescence should last longer. We have shortened adolescence because of social norms. I'm saying let the norms be dictated by the brain science.
Back in the day, like Bible times, medieval times, you're married at 14, you're working at 10. I mean, like they had a shorter adolescence. We've extended adolescence.
Again, I'm following the science. Okay. When has it led us wrong? I'm just saying, according to
Jesse, those
doctors,
ideas suck, bro.
No, these ideas are perfect. Imagine having a childhood that lasted into your 30s.
I mean, I will be honest.
Imagine being a parent that has to fund that childhood.
But what's interesting is, like, if you look back at like in the Middle East and stuff, like when a new generation joins the family, they add a room onto the house. Like literally, they'll add a room, and like you'll have 3 or 4 generations living together. So all of a sudden, you have adolescence. Like I'm in my 20s, but I'm learning from and I'm still under my parents who are still in the home. So back in the day, they kind of had this model, Jesse.
I told my wife that my boys do not have to leave when they turn 18. I would agree. I would actually prefer them to stay with me.
I agree.
And even if they get married, their wife, we can come in, because I know what the dumb arguments that me and my wife were having the first year of marriage, being able to have an older couple be able to help speak and help us learn how to talk to one another.
And pick sides. Yeah. No, I'm joking.
Not pick, no. But that's one thing I can say about my mom. My mom has never picked sides. Like she actually will call me out before she calls Amithi out, but she's very equal.
Well, because you're wrong more often than Amithi.
Factual, because it's just how it is, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, but having that, like I'm okay with my kids staying with me as long as it takes for them financially and emotionally and mentally. So if that's 27, I'm cool with it. But driving, I'm not driving nobody around in their 20s.
Yeah,
like, brother, you got to go get you a job. Brother, you got to go get you a car. And brother, you got to get you a life. Like, you know,
32.
I just want to see like full-grown adults still riding around the neighborhood on bicycles, Stranger Things style.
Well, they are. Those are full-grown adults riding around on Stranger Things.
Again, follow
Millie
the science.
Bobby Brown has a baby.
Yeah. Bon Jovi.
Yeah.
So I read this. We had it at our site. We didn't publish it, but Emily and I were looking at it. And it's like the science in this study said that there's 3 major transitions in life, right? And then like age 9, age 32, and then like something like 66.
I think there's actually
like
5 transitions. I mean, it's like one's like when you're like 5 is one of them. And then I think
that's like a baby to childhood.
It's 0 to 9, 9 to 32. 32 to 66, which is adulthood.
So
and then there's the early aging and decline, which is 66 to 83, and then 83 and beyond.
So 83 and beyond was the one I didn't know.
Yeah.
Okay.
But the point is, adulthood scientifically does not start till 32. So let's let childhood last a little. That's all I'm saying.
So I got a year and a half to figure my life out. We
need to have a little bit more grace for the 20-somethings who have all this pressure on them, thinking that they have to have everything figured out. You're not even an adult yet. Calm down. It's all right.
But that's what I was going to say is like, it's not too late to start that business.
Right.
It's not too late to take that dream on. Like I think this is inspiring for me.
Yeah. As long as I would say the cutoff's about 83. For starting new things, according to science.
Well,
around then, maybe
I would say the last 2 administrations would kind of say,
unless you want to run
78,
I would say unless you want to run for president, then the window is just opening.
Right,
just opening. All right, what do you have, Derek?
So I got something stupid. There's a reality TV show, but it's not reality. It's AI called Non-Player Combat. It's think Survivor, think Hunger Games, and Ex Machina, or Machina, or however you say that. But yeah, it's a reality show, like a survival reality show, like Survivor, but it's all AI generated. They all have their plot lines, and so it's 4 parts. But
Who
there's
asked for this?
episodes one. No one asked for it at all. No one asked for it. Somebody just generously gave it, but they well, I won't say they generously gave it to us, but man, somebody is getting
just like
paid.
AI reality. I mean, what an oxymoron. Just I don't want to root for a fake AI. Like, it's just so dumb.
So it just goes to show also that if this works, that we were not watching reality shows for reality. We were watching it because it was messy. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if something like this works, it will prove that human beings just want to watch other humans suffer. And that's why we were watching Survivor and all that.
But see, that's the key. Like, I want to watch actually messy humans. Like, I'm always shocked by just the chaos of real humans. I don't care to watch an AI generated.
It's essentially watching a video game, like watching the cutscenes from a video game. It's like,
and there's so much actual human entertainment that I would rather watch.
I think also psychologically, the reason why we like Survivor is because there's real stakes. You know, like if there's Survivor or even Real Housewives of Atlanta, there's real stakes in the sense that there's people that have, you know, communities that if they mess it up, they won't be able to be in that community anymore. But if it's all AI generated, there's no real stakes. There's nothing at stake. So I think that's probably what makes this stupid, in my personal opinion.
Agreed. All right, we're gonna cut slices short there. We have our March Madness picking the best Christmas movie of all time coming up right after this. Well, today's podcast is brought to you in part by the new book, Confessions of a Christian Alcoholic. Author Jonathan Seidel knows firsthand how even believers can get stuck in shame and destructive habits, especially when it comes to one of society's biggest obsessions, alcohol. In Confessions of a Christian Alcoholic, he details his spiral into disordered drinking and shares the 4-step process he eventually used to break free. There's hope for alcoholics who become Christians and for Christians who become alcoholics. Find Confessions of a Christian Alcoholic wherever books are sold. What if you could change a child's life with just $10? Right now, thousands of vulnerable children in East Africa are suffering from jiggers. It's a painful, preventable parasite that burrows into their feet. Soul Hope is the only organization treating it through foot washing, medical care, and durable closed-toed shoes that protect kids long after treatment. $10 may not seem like much in today's world, but when we come together, those small gifts add up to big change. Join the 10 for 10 campaign. $10 protects 10 small toes. Visit soulhope.org/10 to give now. One small gift makes a big difference. Again, that's Soulhope, SOLE, hope.org/TEN. All right. So we did this in 2023. We've updated it, added some new ones in here, but we are doing the ultimate Christmas movie bracket. We have 32 Christmas movies, and we will do March Madness style, head to head. We will pick a winner at the end. So here we go. Up first, you guys debate it. You guys figure it out. It's a Wonderful Life versus Miracle on 34th Street.
Haven't seen any one of them.
They're both black and white.
I think we can retire. We retire both.
None of them look interesting.
I've seen It's a Wonderful Life twice. I've seen Miracle on 34th Street.
I would say
once.
Miracle on 31st Street probably is more tolerable.
Do you like the courtroom or Santa's on trial?
I got to be honest. You could describe either of the films, and I just feel like It's a Wonderful Life seems like kind of a drag.
It's a Wonderful Life. It's the whole the angel. There's a faith component. The angel comes down to help George Bailey.
That's not what I'm looking for.
Let's do that one. Then.
Yeah,
that one.
Okay.
That's the
we'll
one.
Keep it.
A Christmas Story versus the Christmas Chronicles. I don't even know what
Christmas Story. I don't even know what the Christmas.
Yeah, I feel like you're making one of them up.
Right. That's an AI generated
sandbag. That's a 1 versus 16
it's on
seed
Netflix.
right there.
It's actually pretty good, but it's not as good as Christmas Story.
Get it out of here.
All right, Scrooged versus that's the Bill Murray one versus the Muppets Christmas Carol.
Scrooged.
Oh, the Muppets. Are you kidding me?
Scrooge.
Guys, it's the Muppets.
I mean,
Exactly.
I agree
Like
with you,
like
Emily,
the
but you're
Muppets.
outvoted.
It's Bill Murray.
Yeah.
But it's
Wow.
the Muppets.
But
Muppets
it's Bill
overrated.
Scrooge.
Hugely overrated.
Okay. So this is rigged, obviously.
Yeah, it's not Scrooged.
Okay, Claus, Klaus, versus White Christmas, the Bing Crosby one. I'm dreaming of that one.
Is Claus a horror film?
No,
That's
it's
Krampus. You're thinking of the Krampus.
Oh, okay.
It's like
That's
an
what I was like-
animated. It's an
I was
animated
still
one.
gonna pick the horror film over Is the Wonderful.
You have a bias against black and white movies. You don't
White
like
Christmas
white-
is not black and
Don't-
white.
Yeah,
They're like the Muppets.
It was.
Don't
It was
hold out.
colorized.
I go Claus. I'm with Derek.
my mom.
We'll
You know
go
what it
with
is? It's because my mom watches those movies. She watches Turner Classic Movies and
I think it's supposed to be
Klaus.
Klaus, by the way. But anyway,
Klaus.
Klaus.
All right.
Just it is what it is. It's
We don't
better
even
than
know what it
black
is. They're
and white.
just picking against White Christmas. That,
yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
bunch of haters.
Let us know what you're for, not just what you're against. All right.
Amen.
Christmas Vacation versus Four Christmases.
Christmas Vacation.
Yeah, Christmas Vacation.
Christmas Vacation. I do love Four Christmases though.
I
I've
do
never
too.
seen Four
Yeah, so do
Christmases
I.
either.
But
oh, it's
good.
great, Derek.
yeah, it's great.
I'm just picking the one that I've seen.
Anyway. How the Grinch Stole Christmas, the 2000 Jim Carrey one, and Elf.
Elf.
Not close.
Not even.
I'll
not even
concede to
close.
Elf, but I like Grinch. So
It's not even close. Although the memes
close for some
from the
people.
Grinch is better.
Thank you.
Look
All
at
right.
memes.
Friday After Next, and a very Jonas Christmas movie.
Friday after
Friday.
I think we know which one. Oh,
Yeah.
have y'all watched Very Jonas Christmas movie?
No, and I was
Does not matter.
I've seen the memes. Yeah.
Crackhead Santa Claus is going to win against the Jonas Brothers any day of the week.
Any day.
There
In
could
every
be a
way.
crackhead Santa Claus in A Very Jonas Christmas. You don't know.
There's not.
I somehow doubt.
There's not.
Christmas with the Cranks, the Tim Allen movie, or Last Holiday, the one with Jack Black being a romantic lead.
Cranks.
I'm gonna.
No,
Yeah.
that's The Holiday is the one with Jack Black.
Oh, I'm so sorry. What's Last Holiday?
That's the
Is that the Queen
black
Latifah one?
joint, right? Yeah, Queen Latifah. Yeah.
Yeah.
The one where she's got
Yeah, she thinks she's gonna
terminal
die.
cancer. She
Yeah.
blows all this
That
And
seems like
honestly-
kind of a bummer. That seems. It's
Sorry,
just
I
on
love
the
Queen
basis of
Latifah
it-
though. I kind of want to
of a
pick her.
It was a
depressing
good
plot.
movie. It was a good, yeah.
It's literally her last Christmas. That seems
Yeah.
depressing. I'm
Last
gonna go
Holiday. It
Christmas
was,
with
the
Cranks.
premise is incredibly depressing.
We're still
But then-
cranking it up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Cranks.
We're
All
still
right.
cranking it up.
I'm sorry,
The
Queen.
Ho-
I tried.
The Holiday or Love Actually?
So this is the one where Jack Black.
This is the Jack Black romantic
Yeah,
lead.
I like.
and that is the
Jack
one that should
Black.
win.
Yeah. Yeah.
The Holiday is not streaming anywhere this year. I was in the mood for it this weekend. Could not find it. You can only pay to rent it. It's not streaming anywhere.
And it's worth paying to rent it. It's a great movie.
Y'all got it.
The Holiday. All right. He's like, I haven't seen it.
Yeah.
The Family Stone or Die Hard?
Die Hard.
Okay, but here's my case for The Family Stone. Diane Keaton, one of her best roles, and she died this year. So like maybe we should pick her this year.
I love Diane
Did,
Keaton.
did she die hard this year?
God rest the dead, but it's not beating Die Hard.
Yeah. Sorry.
Next question.
Yeah.
While you were sleeping versus Champagne Problems. While you were sleeping was a Christmas movie?
Drake has a Christmas
It
show.
happens at Christmas.
Champagne Poppy.
Champagne Problems is the new like Netflix Christmas movie. It was very cute, and while you should watch it, while you were sleeping is a classic.
I'll go with
Yeah.
Emily's opinion.
Yeah, I'll take.
She seems
Yeah,
your- take
let
your
me have
advice.
this one, guys. I'll take
You
it.
seem more informed on that. It's gonna lose the next round, but
I
Last
know.
Christmas versus the Best Man Holiday.
Best Man Holiday.
The whole Best Man series is pretty good.
Let's go for it.
sure, I'm with it.
I'm out of my depth on some of these deep cuts.
These are like
Well-
I feel like we've been doing the rom-com Christmas ones. Let me take this one, guys. So I know
got it. Yeah,
I won't
look,
make
whatever-
it to the final four, but
I'm
let me
gonna
just have
take your.
this.
I'm taking your advice. Like whatever you think.
All right.
I'm
The
with it.
Santa Claus versus the Polar Express.
Santa
Santa
Claus.
Oh, yeah, the
Get
Santa
Polar
Claus.
Express out of here.
And Polar
I-
Express.
what
I've
do they
never
call
liked
that?
that shit.
The thing where like it's like
The Uncanny Valley.
yes, I can't get over it. It's so weird watching
Ooh.
bad CG.
Gives me the
old CG.
heebie-jeebies. I don't like
I
it.
just think that you can only watch that show if you're stoned. Like Polar Express don't make any sense.
I think I would
like,
be scared.
It's just it's just that is one of the ones that we look back on like what was we watching?
Frosty the Snowman or A Nightmare Before Christmas?
Frosty.
Yeah, Frosty.
Yeah. That's tough though, because Nightmare Before Christmas, bro. Like I think I'm gonna break from the pack. It's Nightmare Before Christmas for me, but
I was at
Frosty.
I was at Disneyland last week as a full-grown adult without a child, and rode the Haunted Mansion at Disneyland, and they did the Nightmare Before Christmas overlay on the whole thing. It was actually incredibly well done.
You know what? I actually think I will change The Night Before Christmas because it's been a while since I've seen it.
Yeah, that
but you reminded me, it is a good one. Yeah,
it's legendary. Yeah, legendary.
Oh, all right. Got to update the spreadsheet. Okay,
Yeah.
Jingle All the Way or A Charlie Brown Christmas?
Charlie Brown.
Jazz, the trio.
Yeah, you're right. It's got to be Jingle All the Way. All that stuff's a bummer too. That sad little Christmas
that's my
tree.
cousin you're talking about there.
Yeah, I'm cool with the Charlie Brown. I'm Jingle All the Way on this one too.
Yeah. I am shocked. It's a classic. It is like, oh my gosh.
The idea
it's time to
it's time to move on.
Charlie Brown Christmas is,
that
you know how they say there's different phases of life. It's in the 83-year-old phase. We're gonna let it rest.
Yeah.
Mima and them gonna rest.
Home Alone or Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, the claymation.
This is diabolical, but it's Home Alone. You should have put the Rudolph versus the Frosty the Snowman joint, but that would have been a better matchup. But
that's probably what it was in 2023.
I mean, we could just honestly go to the Final Four where Home Alone's just there. It's just going to storm through.
Let's just go ahead and just
what are we doing? Just have it storm.
It's A Wonderful Life. We're round 2 now. It's A Wonderful Life versus A Christmas Story.
Christmas Story.
Okay.
Easy.
Scrooged versus Klaus.
Scrooged.
Okay. Christmas Vacation versus Elf.
Christmas Vacation.
Christmas Vacation. Sorry, Derek.
Friday After Next versus Christmas with the Cranks.
Friday After
Christmas
Next.
with the Cranks. Oh,
Derek.
Friday After Next.
That surprises me. Okay. Not that Derek picked Friday After Next. It's a funny movie, but Christmas with the Cranks is
that was definitely a DEI on my situation because I was
we need some representation.
I would just say if I had to watch either right now, I would choose Friday.
I'm still watching Friday. No, I'm not saying DEI in the sense of it don't deserve to be there. No. It's like, nah,
we just need to make sure.
We gotta make sure we prop up the better movie.
That's right. The Holiday.
We could have had the Queen Latifah movie, just saying.
The Holiday
but that was
Die Hard. The Holiday versus
Die Hard.
The Holiday.
Die Hard.
Yeah, I voted. While You Were Sleeping, which is barely a Christmas movie, and The Best Man Holiday.
Best Man Holiday.
I'll do Best Man Holiday. Yeah.
The Santa Claus, Tim Allen, versus The Nightmare Before Christmas.
The Santa Claus.
Yeah.
Santa Claus. Yeah.
Okay. Santa. Then last one on this round: Jingle All the Way and Home Alone.
Home Alone.
Home Alone.
I wrote it before y'all even
Not
said
close.
it.
Right. Yeah. You already knew. Home Alone.
All right, here we go. Round 3. We got A Christmas Story versus Scrooged.
Christmas Story.
Yeah.
Finally, Scrooge has been defeated.
Christmas Vacation versus Friday After Next.
Sorry, this is where
Christmas
Vacation.
Vacation.
Sorry, Friday After Next.
You tried.
I'm gonna watch Friday After Next before I watch that, though. Honestly.
Die Hard versus Best Man Holiday.
This is where Die Hard. Yeah.
Here's the thing. I haven't seen Die Hard ever, and I just don't know if I will at this point. It's kind of like a principle.
The Santa Claus versus Home Alone.
Home Alone.
Home Alone.
Home Alone.
All right, now we're in our final 4. We got A Christmas Story versus Christmas Vacation.
It's got to be Vacation.
I'm going to pick Christmas Story.
Over a Christmas Story? You think
Derek.
so? Hold on. Golly, I'm the tiebreaker.
You are the tiebreaker.
No pressure.
This is hard. This is actually tough. I'm having an existential crisis right now. I'm going with A Christmas Story. I'm sorry. Yeah, I gotta go with
Shout out to Andy Mineo.
I solidarity with my homeboy Andy.
Last one, Die Hard or Home Alone?
Gotta be Home Alone.
Okay, now we got our championship. It is Home Alone versus A Christmas Story.
Home Alone, still great.
Home Alone,
still
yeah.
great.
Home Alone wins.
Home Alone wins this year in 2023. Chris's Vacation won. So there you go. New results.
Yeah.
Home Alone.
Home Alone.
It takes it.
Congrats, Home Alone.
Congrats, Home Alone.
Congrats.
All right. On that note, we will wrap things up. Many thanks to Rian Johnson for hanging with Emily this week. Go check out the new Knives Out film. It is on Netflix now. You can go to Netflix, apparently. Go see it, Jesse said. Go to Netflix. Go check out relevantmagazine.com. Hey, if you're listening to this show, go watch the show. And if you're watching the show on YouTube, hit like and subscribe. Don't miss an episode. It is crazy seeing the response to the viewership each week.
Let us know if we got the right Christmas movie, or if we should have maybe picked Last Holiday at a certain point, or Muppets Christmas Carol. Maybe we should have given that a little bit more thought.
But we know all the people that are relevant, and they all agree with me that Elf should have been the best one. So
Elf is my favorite by far. It wouldn't have lost.
We know.
I think it's overrated. I'm so sorry.
The bracket doesn't lie.
That's a hater talking.
The bracket doesn't lie.
That's a hater talking.
Anyway. All right. On that note, we'll wrap it up. I'm Cameron Strang.
I'm Jesse Carey.
I'm Derek Miner.
I'm Emily Brown.
We will see you next Tuesday. Have a great week, everyone.
Thanks for listening to the Relevant Podcast. For the latest at the intersection of faith, life, and culture, make sure to check out relevantmagazine.com. And while there, click over to issue 117 of Relevant. The new digital issue is packed, and you can read it for free. If you want our enhanced magazine, as well as ad-free reading at the site and ad-free versions of our podcasts, sign up for Relevant Plus. Plans start as low as $2.50 a month, and it's the best way to experience our content. Find out more and sign up today at relevantmagazine.com.
Relevant Podcast Network.